That Vegan Teacher responds to pre-vegan Misha Petrov. This is part 2 of a series.
Run, run, run from humans. They're trying to stab you. They're trying to murder you, to call you bacon and burn you in a frying pan.
Hello students, welcome to class. Today I'm going to be looking at my computer over here and I'll be responding to different parts of Misha Petrov's video, where she responded to a video that I did. Now she got a few things wrong, and so I've laid out my points, and I'm going to begin with point number 1, which is the hypocrisy about the pig's head. Hypocrisy is protesting against rights violations while violating the rights of others. Pictured here, a man holds up a pig's head in the direction of Minneapolis police officers. Misha, you talked about the photo of the dark-skinned man holding up a real pig's head, a sentient being that was murdered for purely selfish humans, and rightly called it very disturbing for many reasons. Yet, you failed to discuss my point about it, which was that it's wrong of groups to claim that they are oppressed while they are literally paying others to slit the throats of animals purely for taste, pleasure. You had an opportunity to show that you had empathy for the 6-month-old animal that was murdered in a gas chamber, but you missed that opportunity. You never addressed my question about how it would feel to society if this was the head of a cat or a dog, and how hypocritical the average person is who pays for murder just for taste pleasure when they live near stores and can easily choose from 10,000 vegan options there.
Go vegan. This is an animal who didn't want to die. This is vegan food, you should give it a try. This was someone's baby that should make you cry. This is vegan food, it should make you smile, it's something you should buy. In the grocery store, you can decide not to hurt animals anymore. In the grocery store, you can sing the song and you can decide to be vegan from now on. I'm always in the mood to save animals and eat delicious vegan food. I'm always in the mood to save animals and eat delicious vegan food.
Next up is point number 2, the myth about cost, the cost of being vegan. Disappointingly, you perpetuated the myth and excuse that vegan foods are too expensive for some people. It's a shame that you did not research this or respond to me in private before making this public statement, as I would have saved us both the time of addressing this point publicly. In fact, vegan foods are extremely cheap, and that's why many low-income families from around the world thrive on lentils, black beans, kidney beans, rice, potatoes, chickpeas, oats, pasta, tomatoes, bread, etc., and many other items that can be bought for pennies per pound in bulk at every grocery store. Regarding eating out, nobody is owed regular trips to restaurants on a daily basis or even weekly basis, as if they are princes and princesses who deserve personal shoppers, choppers, cooks, servers, and dishwashers. Eating out should be a special treat and not an everyday expectation.
Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do, woo-hoo. Eating eggs is so last century, nobody needs to, so here's what you do. Mash tofu, green onions, and celery in a pan. Add black salt, turmeric, and spices, yes you can. Mix in some vegan mayo, mix in some vegan mayo. Now mix in a salty pickle, yeah, that's the way to go. Oh, ooh. Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do, woo-hoo. Learn how to make it, cause saving animals will make them happy and will make you happy too. The egg industry's just a cycle of misery. Let's make the animal holocaust history. The egg industry's just a cycle of misery. Let's make the animal holocaust history. Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do, woo-hoo. Learn how to make it, cause saving animals will make them happy and will make you happy too.
Before we continue, if you like this kind of video, make sure you like and subscribe, press the notification bell so you don't miss any further discussions about this subject.
Broccoli, green peppers, mushrooms, tomatoes, artichokes, vegan meat, vegan cheese. Ta-da! It's vegan pizza. Yippee, yippee, time to put soy milk in my coffee. Yippee, yippee, time to put soy milk in my coffee. Wake up, be vegan.
Point number 3 is the myth about supplements. Misha, I'm not sure where you got the idea that vegans need supplements. Which ones are you referring to? The only one that is needed is a once weekly tiny B12 pill that costs only 13 cents. This is already fed to the cows you eat. The only difference is that vegans take it directly instead of filtering it through cow or pig flesh. Here comes a song so you can learn more about it.
Would you rather pay someone to kill or take a cute little vitamin pill? Cyanocobalamin, it's a B12 vitamin. If you take 2,000 micrograms a week, all the cells in your body will win. Let's get a quote from nutritionfacts.org. B12 is not made by plants or animals, but by microbes that blanket the earth. These bacteria grow in the guts of animals, which is why their body and products can be a source of this vitamin. Our herbivore primate cousins get all they need ingesting bugs, dirt, and feces, and we may have once gotten all we needed by drinking out of mountain streams or well water. But now we chlorinate our water supply to kill off any bugs, so we don't get a lot of B12 in the water anymore, but we don't get a lot of cholera either. That's a good thing. Would you rather pay someone to kill or take a cute little vitamin pill? Cyanocobalamin, it's a B12 vitamin. If you take 2,000 micrograms a week, all the cells in your body will win. Be better, be vegan.
Point number 4 is where Misha talks about the people up north. You say meat is very much in their culture. While it's true that meat eating has been part of many cultures, so have sacrificial killings, rape, sexism, racism, and homophobia. Culture is no excuse for bad behavior. Outdated views have stopped in most places, but the selfish act of meat eating continues, even after it has been demonstrated that we do not need it, and that we consume it mostly for taste pleasure. Right now, we're not talking about a tiny minority of people who live up north. We're talking about you and the other 99.99% of the free world who have access to thousands of healthy grains, legumes, fruits, veggies, and plant-based milks. Right now, I'm talking about you, Misha. You. You can choose to be 100% vegan starting right now. All you need to do is think about the victims, the animals, and not about yourself. And then, it's easy.
Veganism isn't extreme, but let me tell you what is. Teaching our children to love animals and then teaching them that we can harm those we love. Veganism isn't extreme, but let me tell you what is. Teaching our children to care for animals and then teaching them that we can harm those we love. That is extreme. Veganism isn't extreme. It's true love.
You say, why should those individuals have the right to kill deer or other animals? The right to kill? That's a strange thing to say, Misha. You want the right to kill innocent animals who never did a single thing wrong to you ever, when you don't have to? Do you also want to kill cats and dogs and guinea pigs and hamsters just for sensory pleasure? Sane and compassionate people advocate for a vegan world. The only reason I mentioned the difference between us who live near stores and other people is because in remote places or in emergency situations like starvation, people may lack supplies. Those are temporary situations that should be solved in time, but we have absolutely no excuse to consume animal products. In a situation of life or death, it could possibly be argued that humans have a right to take the life of another. But even that can be questioned, such as when someone desperately needs a heart transplant. We know that this person has no right to murder another and steal his or her heart. We all understand that there are limitations in the life or death logic.
It is the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics that an appropriately planned vegan diet is healthful for all stages of life, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, adolescence, older adulthood, and for athletes.
You can be vegan.
Plant-based diets are more environmentally sustainable than diets rich in animal products because they use fewer natural resources. If you care about the future of the planet and keeping it livable for future generations, it's time to stop consuming meat, dairy, and eggs.
You can be vegan.
People all around the world are vegan. You don't need to eat meat, dairy, or eggs. Vegan foods are not more expensive. You can buy veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds in bulk. You can live a long, happy, healthy life without being cruel. So why pay for murder if you don't have to?
You can be vegan. Thank you for listening to this melody. Now you know you can be vegan. You'll feel great, you will see. Thank you for listening to this song. If you liked it, click the like button and sing along.
Point number 5 is where Misha talks about her grandmother. All right, so let's talk about Misha's grandmother. Misha, you said, "My grandmother, who is a doctor, has always taught me that meat is part of a balanced diet and necessary for brain development." Really, Misha? We're quoting our grandmothers now instead of scientific research? Facts don't care about you or your grandmother's feelings or personal views. What about the data? You contradict both you and your own grandmother by saying, and I quote, "I'm sure that the diet for a lot of people works and they feel great, and that's fantastic." So you're admitting that the vegan diet works and that they feel great. But then why are you now saying that meat is necessary for brain development when you just said the diet works for a lot of people? Regardless of how you or your grandmother choose to believe, the facts are that it is the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics that vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits for the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. These diets are appropriate for all stages of the life cycle, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescence, older adulthood, and for athletes. I could read all of this valuable information, Misha, but I encourage you to pause this video and read it for yourself. I also encourage you to read the right side, where culture is discussed. It's easy to confuse culture and tradition with ethics, but these are all separate things, and it's important to understand them as such. There was a time when keeping slaves was culturally acceptable, but even so, it was not ethical. In some parts of the world, female genital mutilation and male genital mutilation, circumcision, is a traditional non-medical procedure, but it is not an ethical one. These are only two of many reasons why it is problematic to equate culture and traditional practices with ethical behaviors.
Animals are innocent, like children. They need protection. Save them now, save them now. Love animals, eat plants.
Because I don't want this video to be too long, I'll be continuing to challenge Misha Petrov in future videos, so please look out for videos 3 and 4 or even more in the future. I still have many more of her fallacious statements to tackle. Because Misha is younger than many of the other right-wing political commentators, and because she has shown an open mind on other issues, she's worth continuing to challenge. There's still hope for her, before she's entirely swallowed up by the "I need my meat Neanderthals" among most right-wing, navel-gazing, new woke narcissists. If you enjoy this kind of video or find value on my channel, please give it a thumbs up. And make sure to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so you won't miss seeing how Misha Petrov evolves in the future. And for you, Misha, if you're seeing this, please feel free to contact me in private on Instagram if you have any questions or need help to make your vegan transition easy. See you in the next video.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now.